Hello. For today, I'm going to show you what I'm calling 1, 2, 3 weaving. Okay, and this is a sample of what I've made. Let's see if I can get this picked up. Yeah, I'll put it on here. That's a good idea. Okay, so there you go. Isn't that pretty? Alrighty, and you'll see why I'm calling it 1, 2, 3. Very easy to do, as long as you know how to count to 3. All right, so I've taken a piece of cardstock, and actually this is the back of a card. I'm recycling the back of a card. I've got some, I trimmed these. I cut the strips all the way up to 1/4 of an inch here. I just left myself a little spot, so that way, a little edge, so that way it holds them all together for me. And it doesn't really matter how wide or thin, as long as you're not thicker than your weaving piece. So mine are, and I think they're like 1/8 of an inch, or 1/4 of an inch rather. Yeah, they're 1/4 of an inch. Okay, and these strips are just under 1/2 an inch. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to line, you just choose 3 colors, and it's called 1, 2, 3. So you remember 3 colors, 1, 2, 3. So you've got them in order of how you're going to weave them, and you're just going to repeat. So if you look at my sample, then I have, whoops, let me get this over here. Then I have green, purple, pink, green, purple, pink, green, purple, pink, green, purple, pink. Okay, so just remember the order that you're going in. Okay, all right, so I'm going to start out this time with blue, and then brown, and then pink. So 1, 2, 3. So what that means is you're going to go over the 1, and then you're going to go under, over, under, over, under. Okay, so in the 1, 2, 3, you have to remember at the top, just the top line. After that, you're moving under and over 3 strips at a time. Okay, so the only time you don't do 3 strips at a time is the very first one, unless you're supposed to. So unless it's in the order. So we went over 1 this time. This time we're going to do 2. So we're going to start going over 2. So we're going to go over the first 2, and then under 3, over 3, under 3, over 3, and under the last one. Okay. So that's where we have our 1, 2 so far, 1 and 2, because we started out with just going over the first one on the first row, and then under 3, over, under, over, under. Okay, so then the second row, the second color, you're going to go over 2, under 3, over, under, over. Okay, now the third color, what are we going to do? We're going to do 3. So we're going to start with over 3. Okay, then under 3, over 3, under 3, and over 3. Alrighty, so there you go. So now we have our pattern. So now we know 1, 2, 3. Over 1, over 2, over 3. The rest are all over, under 3 on the bottom, okay? So you just have to remember the very top row. Your blues are always, your first one's always going to go over just 1. Your second color always over 2. Your third color always over 3. Okay, so that's a pretty good visual. So the first color is number 1, so you only go over 1 at the top. And then under 3, and then over 3, and then under 3. And then over 3, and then under 1. All right, so now we've started our pattern again. So we've got 1 and 1 for both of the blue colors, so that's good. And you can go back and you can check yourself after each color. Okay, so then we know the next color. We just did blue, so the next color is the brown. And this is the second color, so this is 2. So we're going to go over 2, under 3, over 3, under 3, over 3, under 1. Okay, and move that down. Slide that into place. Okay, so here we go again. So our next color is pink, and that's number 3, so we're going over 3. So that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So over 3, under 3, over 3. Come on up there. And over 3. All righty. There we go. All right. So there, we've got our second section of colors done. So now we're going back to 1 again. So that means the color number 1, you go over 1. You start with over 1, under 3, over 3, under 3, over 3, under 2. All righty. And the main thing you have to remember is you're weaving by 3s, except for the very top row, okay? And the bottom row, however many you have left, then you just weave it. All right, so we just did blue. Next color is the second color, and you do 2. So over 2, under 3, over 3, under 3, over 3, and under 1. There we go. Slide that in close. All righty. So that's 1, 2, 3. And then you can check them to make sure that they're going the right way too. So this one, it's all right. This one is okay. This one is okay. Very good. So now we're on the next color, pink. That's the third color. So we start with over 3, under 3, over 3, under 3, and over 3. Okay. Very good. Alrighty-dighty. Now we've got the next one. So now we start all over again with the blue, number 1. Over 1, under 3, over 3, under 3, over 3, under 2. Alrighty. There we go. Now another thing you can notice, that you may have noticed, is we have 2 that are over the entire time. This one is over all of them the entire time, and this one is over all of them the entire time. Isn't that neat? And this one is under them. Under, over, under, over. So isn't that interesting that we have 2 that are just hanging off in la la land there? All right, so we've got 2 more colors or 3 more colors to go. So let's do this again till we get to the end. So we've got this one. Whoops, we did blue already. We're doing this one. So the red is the second color. So you go over 2, under 3. Oops, over 2, under 3. Over 2, over 3, under 3. Over 3, under 1. Alrighty. And looks like we have enough room for 1 more. So this is the third color, so we start out with 3. Over 3, under 3. Come on, get up here. Over 3. Under 3. Over 3. There we go. All right, so now we've got this done. Isn't that cool looking? And it reminds me of the, oh, what is that? Oh, what is that called? Not serendipity. What the heck is that called? It's totally lost my mind. When you line up all the rows and then you cut it and then you shift them. I'll think of it as soon as the video is done, but that's okay. All right, so now we're done. So now you can take this and we can put these away, because we no longer need the extra ones. And now we can use these to decorate a card with. So you can either turn it over and put tape on the back and just use it as a card front, or you can use it in a window card. So I think the first one I'm going to do is a window card. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to, we probably get 2 cards out of this. Alrighty. I'm going to get my heart. There we go. And I'm going to open this up and we're going to put a heart in this. Okay. So we're going to have a heart card. So now watch what happens with this. When we put it on there. Isn't that pretty? I love it. All right, so we're going to turn this over and I'm going to make sure this is all taped together. Make sure this is all put together and this is all pushed down. That's the main part, is you do want to push it all together. Okay, I think we got it good. All righty. I think we need some tape. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to use masking tape on the back of this because that glues a lot easier than, oh no, I'm not. I'm going to use double stick tape. That's even better. Oh wait, can I? No, I cannot do that unless I cover it. Yes, I can. Okay, I can do that. Let's do double stick tape. Alrighty, because I want going across this way first. Push that up. All right, I think we're good there. And we need it on these ones. And all right, so that's on there. And that one's attached, but I still want a piece on this. There, and then trim that. Alrighty, and then we need a piece down the middle because I know I'm going to cut this in half. Alright, very good. Alrighty, then I need a bone folder. So now I should be able to just cut this in half and use just a part of it. Yep, okay. So we're gonna do that. I'm thinking this really should get glued down here. So I think I'm gonna slip a little bit of glue underneath this panel. Just in a couple spots on that blue, this blue, and this blue. There, that'll hold that down. And then how about on the pinks? Pink, 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 pink. There. All right. Very, very good. Okay, put that stuff back away. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut this in half because I only need part of it to go in here. So let's see. Actually, I just need like right here. So I need a piece that is, let's measure this. That would be easier, huh? Alrighty, so I want this to be about 3.5 by maybe 3. Yep, 3 by 3.5. Okay. Alrighty, now we know what size we want this. 3 by 3.5. So let's do it this way, and we'll do 3 by 3.5. Actually, that won't matter. We can just go ahead and leave it that wide. Okay. So 3 inches tall will do. All right, because what we're going to do is we're going to glue this around here, and that should stay covered. Okay, I'm going to trim this a little bit, though. Let me trim this over to the white paper. There. Trim that little bit extra off the end. Good idea. Now it'll lay neater for us. All right, so now we want to put glue around the heart. These are so fun to make. Okay. Alrighty, and then we want glue here and glue there and glue here and here. Okay, and we want that right up against there. Perfect. Alrighty, this is going to be pretty. You ready? Isn't that pretty? I love it. That is so pretty. Okay, so now we just have to cover this piece up. So to do that, we can go ahead and just take another card front. We can cut this down, because I'm going to need one for another card anyways. So I'm going to trim this down to, excuse me. First I need to trim the top part off, the fold section. There, now I'm going to trim this up to 4 inches by 5 inches, or 5 1/4 rather. 5 1/4. There. That way it'll fit perfect on here. So now we can use this to cover this up. Okay, so I'm going to remove the tape. And that's holding it together, and I'm going to tape this to it. Plus, I'm going to take this and I'm going to put tape around the edges, or glue around the edges here. And there we go. And turn this upside down, and then we can cover that up. Ta-da! So now you don't have to see all that garbage on the inside there. There. Alrighty, very nice. So now we have a woven card front. Isn't that pretty? I love it. Very nice. Okay, and we can do the same thing with this one. Whoops, and I pulled that one out, but that's okay. And we still have another piece that we can use on another card. Alrighty, so there you go. What do you think of this idea? 1, 2, 3 weaving. I love it. Let me put this in my, put it in my white bin. Okay. Alrighty, so I hope you like this idea of the 1, 2, 3 weaving. If you do, then I hope you give it a try. And I'll hold it up close for you. There you go. And if you do like this idea, please give me a thumbs up. And until we meet again, happy crafting. Bye-bye.